Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from this, which is an account that's not doing much in Pinterest and is struggling to grow, to this, which is again a new account in Pinterest in the exact same niche that is thriving and growing and doubling every single month, probably tripling every single month. The difference is just a few things. So if you are interested in scaling Pinterest in 2025 and you want to hit 2026 with serious passive income and serious growth in your accounts, then watch this video all the way to the end. It's going to be a good one. Let's go. So the secret to scaling accounts is a lot simpler than most people would realize, okay? Most of it is just consistency. So again, this is both in the fashion space. So this is in the hair and nails niche. And this is from an account that I just pinned probably 2 to 3 pins every few days, or maybe 4 pins every few days. And as you can see, it really has no traction at all. Now on the flip side, this is from a fashion account. This is an account that I'm pinning 6 to 8 pins per day. I'm doubling down on what's working. I'm checking trends to make sure that I understand what's going to be trending in the future and then creating pins for those. I'm doubling down on the graphics. I'm checking to see which colors work for this particular account. I'm doing competition research. I'm pretty much just ticking all the boxes to make sure that I'm following all the Pinterest guidelines, but also doing a few small tests here and there. And then when you get these kind of spikes and you should realize that some things are working, continue to do those things. So let's really get into the nitty gritty of what's working and how to scale a Pinterest account from 0 to thousands of clicks in only a few short weeks. Quick pause. If you are enjoying the content and you really want to unlock the next level of success with Pinterest, then I urge you to sign up to my newsletter. I'm sharing the best tips, the most up-to-date tips, things that are working for me in 2025 in detail with step-by-steps of exactly how I am growing my Pinterest accounts across my several accounts, plus all my agency accounts. Plus, I have around 20 or so blueprints that give you the step-by-step methods of how I scale out accounts up to $10,000 with no jargon or fluff. Just exactly what I do and all the tools I use to scale up my Pinterest accounts. If you're interested, this is all 100% free, so please sign up with the link below this video. Let's carry on. So if you're new to Pinterest, the first thing you want to do is pop over to Pinterest Trends. This is a free tool you can use to find out what is working and what's not. And you're going to go into growing trends or potentially monthly trends and look at some of the search volume here, okay? I'd recommend that you probably pick a niche area with lots of search volume because it's easier to rank and it's also easier to make serious revenue and get more eyeballs to your website. So for example, fashion does really, really well. Home decor does really, really well. Food does really, really well. And also things like memes and wallpapers do quite well, but I wouldn't probably go into that because the search volume is generally low. But in general, any of those top 3 or 4 niches that I mentioned is fantastic to go into. Let's go through the example today with the concept of fashion, because as you can see, the search volume for example, nails is just absolutely ridiculous. If you create a website that's just based on nails, for example, and you use that and go seasonally, so for example, fall nails now, then you're going to be doing like nails for January, then you're going to be doing spring, then summer, you will definitely see traffic, okay? Because most of the time people are on Pinterest and they're searching for fashion related things, and nails is definitely top of the list. So let's click into that keyword now and we'll see this kind of growth from when it started from the middle of July to where it is now, and it's going to continue to grow. And then let's take a look at some of these pins. So what we're going to do is create pins, and then that pin's going to go back to the website, and then the website's going to have adverts on it, and we're going to make money from that. So let's take a look at the entire workflow. So someone has created this pin, you're going to click on visit site, or the user will, and then when the visitor hits the website's going to have a few ads on it, as we're going to see here. And these are the ads loading up. Every single time an ad is served on a page, the person that owns the site will get paid. If you do this over thousands and hundreds of thousands of times, you're going to make serious income, okay? As you can see from here, this is Mediavine. So far from Mediavine, I've made around $65,000. I also have other ad networks too. So there are multiple ways where you can make income from ads. And this is just one account using a few of the websites that I have, all with Pinterest traffic. So first off, you want to start here. This is a place where you can create your blog posts and you can also create pins. If you haven't already got a website, then probably get yourself set up with a website, hosting, domain, etc. Get those things sorted out and then install WordPress. It's all super simple. Once you're ready, you're going to start creating your blog posts and then sending traffic from Pinterest directly to your blog, and then you're going to make money. Okay, so we're inside Content Goblin now. To make an image listicle, I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. You can check some of the image qualities here. You can also check the support videos on exactly how to do this. I usually click long in terms of the section type, and I'll type in the keyword here, so for nails. I may add an advanced option, so some prompts around the nails itself, because I don't want them to look too like messed up or like not like have 6 fingers, for example, so you can add something in there. And then you want to have between 15 to probably 20 or maybe 10 to 20 nail images. 15 is fine. Once you're ready and everything looks good in terms of your settings, you hit generate. To give you an example of what this looks like, I did some Halloween nails because that's coming up right now. And this is a rough idea of what you can create with Content Goblin. There are potentially better image generation tools out there, but I do like the fact that Content Goblin gives you text in between, and then you have this kind of long listicle that's ready to go. You can always edit these images by clicking on the regenerate image here. But what I definitely would recommend you do is if you see anything that you don't like or maybe looks a little bit off, then just change that image with a royalty-free image or potentially a stock image, and then you can have a working post in pretty much a few minutes. And you can grab this and go straight into your WordPress by clicking on the WordPress draft here, and you're ready to go. So next thing we're going to do is create our pins. This is why I do like Content Goblin. There's a link below this video if you want to check it out. It's definitely the tool that I'd recommend the most. So this is how I generate pins. So you click your image model here. You also want to click your pin text. You want to add a domain if you have a domain. You also want to add a domain in here. That all is definitely a must. And you can also add a few additional prompts if need be. Right now, I'm going to click on realistic, and I'm going to click on creating just the one pin and press generate. Now, while that's generating, I do want to look at the competition. So I can see there are a few of these images have just one image in, so one kind of nail image in, and it has a title over it. There's not too many collages, so I do want to follow suit. So the best thing to do is to figure out what's working and what's not, is to look at your competition and just add in your keyword in the search bar at the top, and that way you'll know roughly what's working and what's not, and then you can try and follow suit. And also remember, if you really love a particular idea, you can grab this, put it into any AI tool and ask it to replicate the exact same template for you, and just change the keywords and maybe change some of the images itself so that's unique to you. So this is what I generated at first. You can see I actually want some nails in there and it didn't generate that. So let's actually add that into the prompt. So I've added in a prompt here, and I'm going to press generate again. So you can see that it's followed it a little bit more. This is okay. I might give the prompt one more modification or alteration, and then I think that's ready to go. Maybe something about add in a collage potentially. So we might use collage instead for the next one to see how that looks. And then once you've got those things done, you have your blog post. You also have your pins, as you can see here. The next thing for you to do is schedule out those pins, and I'll show you a free way and also a simple way for you to do it to schedule your pins out once they're created. So the paid way is to use Tailwind. Tailwind is very good. It's just a little bit pricey, so I don't use it that often, if I'm being super honest. I think I have one of my accounts on Tailwind, and I use their basic package, so I pay like maybe $10 to $15 or whatever it is per month. But it does work really, really well, and it gives you the ability to schedule up to 30 days in advance, probably more, and you can see exactly where the pins have been generated on a time-to-time basis, which just makes things super clear, but again, a little bit expensive if you have lots of pins to create per month. Block to Pin is a tool that I've used frequently in the past, and I still use it quite often. They have a scheduling tool that schedules all of your pins up for you, utilizes AI, creates your boards, and also creates your pin titles and pin descriptions, and grabs the images from your actual blog post itself and creates loads of pins up to 30 days in advance. So you can definitely utilize their AI tools there. In general, if you're starting from scratch, they have a free tool that you can use. You can start pinning for free, so I definitely recommend it. There's a link below this video. Feel free to check it out. But if you do want to use a tool, then I'd recommend using Metrical. There's a free account you can sign up for, and I think it's free for one account with Pinterest because I had an account prior and I used it for free for many, many months. So probably start here. Very, very good. Similar to Tailwind in terms of its scheduling tools, but a lot cheaper. And as I mentioned, they have a free option. Ironically, you can just use the native scheduler on Pinterest, and this is what I do with probably 80% of my current pins across all my accounts now, because it's free and I just prefer to use the native scheduler on Pinterest because it feels more natural and generally it's easier to use. Look, that's pretty much the template in a nutshell. Of course, if you want details on exactly all the specifics on how to create those, then feel free to sign up to my newsletter, which is the first link below this video. Here I go into detail into every single component that I mentioned in this video, and I share the do's and don'ts. I also go into what's worked well for me in the past and what mistakes you probably need to avoid. This is all for free, so feel free to sign up. Check the first link in the description below this video. Let's carry on. So once you've done those things and you've compounded your account, so you have multiple posts and you have multiple pins per post, then you're going to see this fantastic compounding effect. The next thing for you to do, probably once you get to about 1,000 clicks per month, is sign up to an ad network. Now I have two ad networks that I'd recommend. The first one is Grow, which is owned by Mediavine. This is probably the best place in terms of RPMs, but it can be a little bit tricky to get into sometimes depending on the quality of your website and how good the actual website and content is. So this is number one to start with. If you potentially don't get approved into this one within about 30 days, then I'll try option number two, and that's Ezoic. just as good as Grow, but maybe the RPMs are a little bit lower in my experience, but they're a little bit more lenient with the websites that they actually approve. So start off with Ezoic second if you don't get approved into the first ad network. So look, that's pretty much it for this video. This strategy is going to be, as I've explained, so creating seasonal content and evergreen content and utilizing the Pinterest Trends tool along with Content Goblin to create your blog posts and send people to your website. If you do it correctly, then you won't see things like this in your account. And if you follow some of the tips in this video and also sign up to my free newsletter, you'll see exactly how I've structured my accounts to scale them to thousands of thousands and hundreds of thousands of clicks per month and millions of impressions per month too. And the best part is anyone could do this, okay? So if that all makes sense to you and you've got some value from this video, feel free to add a comment below and definitely subscribe. That's pretty much it from this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.